So the Rushingbrook Children's Choir decided to go and sing the national anthem in our U.S. Capitol. The national anthem is played in front of almost every single football game at the professional and college level. It's sang at almost every sporting event around the country, no matter what level, all the way down to high school. I remember the national anthem being played before my games. It seems you can play the national anthem anywhere except in the U.S. Capitol, the place where most likely you should be singing the praise of the United States, in the United States Capitol. But these kids, these young, innocent kids who were professing their love for the United States, who were professing their allegiance to the United States, were told by the U.S. Capitol Police to shut up, to stop singing. And you're like, Barry, I don't think they were told to shut up. Yeah, actually they were. You just heard the first verse of the national anthem. We're going to go through, I'm going to show you exactly what the Capitol Police did to these young kids. Right now they're getting ready to sing the first verse. Now, I want you to pay particular attention to the gap between the conductor and the kids in the background and watch what happens. Obviously, the people in the rotunda are extremely, extremely passionate and are approving of what these kids are doing. Now, they were met with a raucous applause, but I told you to stay focused on what was happening between the conductor and the kids in that area over there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a officer in the black tie and the white shirt who just showed up at the end of the first verse. And she's on the phone, obviously either calling for reinforcement or basically telling people what's going on. Just watch what continues as they continue with the second verse. So she confers with these two big guys standing behind her about these young kids singing the national anthem. And the thing I have a problem with is this is a U.S. Capitol officer who is disrespecting the national anthem. When I go to a stadium, there might be 30, 40, 50,000 people there. You don't talk during the national anthem. She is huddled up with two other guys, and they're trying to figure out, how do we stop this? It's got to stop. And they're having a lengthy conversation here about this atrocity that's happening in the U.S. Capitol. What could they be talking about? Why is she having to take yet another phone call about these young kids singing the national anthem in our U.S. Capitol, in their U.S. Capitol? All right, so she got the word. She grabs the guy by the shoulder, tells him, go shut it down. Here he comes, the dutiful, ununiformed, undercover guy coming in and telling this conductor, shut it down. As you notice, his badge was flapping. So yes, he is an employee. Kids, we got to shut it down. We've been told in your U.S. Capitol that you're not allowed to sing the national anthem. And the conductor stops. That's an absolute travesty that the U.S. Capitol Police made these young kids from Rushingbrook Children's Choir shut down their performance of the national anthem. And then what made it worse, they said they didn't do it. It wasn't us. We didn't stop it. I can see you stopping it. I watched you. But they're saying they didn't do it. So they got an interview with the choir director. Let's take a look at that. Here's Mr. Choir Director says, footage shows a Capitol Police officer directing someone to interrupt a children's choir singing the national anthem in the U.S. Capitol. Yet the police claim they did not stop the singing. Liars. The man who conducted the choir that day tells the Daily Signal that the Capitol Police's claim that they didn't interrupt the singing is an outright lie. We just saw it on video. They probably didn't know it was on video, but they lied to the kids, to the conductor. He goes on to say, I was shocked, I was dismayed, I was stunned. David Rasbach, the founder and director of the Rushingbrook Children's Choir. I couldn't believe what was happening, that they would stop the national anthem of all songs. They weren't singing a Christian song. Oh my God, if they did that, what would you do? They were singing the national anthem. He goes on and says he had secured permission from 3 congressional offices for the choir to sing in the Capitol. Imagine needing permission from a congressional office to sing a song while you're in the U.S. Capitol. But he did it. He said South Carolina Republicans William Timmons and Joe Wilson had provided documents giving permission, as had the office of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Shameful. Shortly before the choir started singing the national anthem, Andrew Trammell, the visitors operation manager of the Capitol, temporarily stopped him from singing. When Rhea told Trammell that congressional offices had granted permission, Trammell talked in his earpiece and told the choir they could start singing. So they needed permission, special secret permission, to go sing the national anthem in the U.S. Capitol. The U.S. Capitol Police treated it as a demonstration. It was an insurrection. These kids had taken over the Capitol and were, oh my God, singing the national anthem. If they weren't young kids, they'd probably be under arrest and thrown in a dungeon. How dare you sing the national anthem at the U.S. Capitol? We need to go ahead and put the big fence up again, because this can't happen. We can't possibly have people singing the national anthem in the U.S. Capitol. I hope heads roll over this. I won't hold my breath. You shouldn't hold yours. It seems like you can do anything you want to demean the United States, and that is accepted without any question. But go ahead and show and profess your loyalty to the United States. Young kids, with all the crap that's going on around the country, to see 15 or 20 young kids, oh my God, yeah, they're all white, I think. Maybe that's what the problem was. It was 20 or so white kids singing the national anthem. There was no diversity here. We got to shut that down. We can't have these kids out here, these white kids out here singing the national anthem without a whole spectrum of kids in here. Whatever it was, it's absurd. People should be upset. Call your congressional offices, call your senator, do whatever you need to do. This is absurd. And if it's where America is going, where you can't sing the national anthem in the United States Capitol, where else can it be sung? They take that away, forget about it. Let me know what you think. Horrible.